Well, first of all, whoever lied to the FBI or lied to Christopher Steele should be prosecuted, and they are. And unlike in the Trump administration, if they're convicted, they should go to jail, not be pardoned. So Donald Trump pardoned Roger Stone for lying. He pardoned Michael Flynn for lying. If people lied to the FBI, they should go to jail.
But you may have spread Russian disinformation yourself for years by promoting this. I think that's what Republicans and what people who entrusted you as the Intel Committee chair are so confused about.
None of that is undercut. None of that serious misconduct is in any way diminished by the fact that people lied to Christopher Steele.
No, I think just your credibility is.
Well, I think the credibility of your question is in doubt.
Ooh, he's not used to that. He is not used to that. What'd you make of that exchange?
Well, look, I mean, all you have to remember is Adam Schiff's the guy that read the Steele dossier into congressional record across national TV and then held up an envelope, a sealed envelope. I was a staffer there and said, I have Russian information on Russian collusion and Trump collusion in this envelope, and nobody's ever seen it because it doesn't exist. It was a paper charade then. It's a paper charade now. And he's lost entire, and Morgan's right, he has zero credibility when it comes to Russiagate.
Does this affect him where it counts next year when his name's back on the ballot?
Look, Adam Schiff's been auditioning to be Kamala Harris's successor as senator in California, lost that one, wanted to be AG in California, lost that one. I think the Democratic Party now realizes that Adam Schiff can't actually represent them, and the only thing he can do is write fake books and run on the Russiagate narrative and probably have his buddy George Soros buy all the copies.
Yeah, and I think if we had the same interview a year ago, people would be like, well, geez, that's, now that's not right. We know the Steele dossier is total you-know-what. Yeah. It's fake, it's a lie. This fall, before the 2020 election, 1 year ago, Adam Schiff is still tweeting about 2016 and 2020 as well.
Well, he made an entire career off of that, and now he got caught lying to the American public. And I remember when we were investigating him, when we proved that Steele dossier was false, he would personally attack myself and Devin Nunes to no end, even attack Devin's 90-year-old grandmother, called me a genocidal dictator in the media, if you can believe it. So, that's Adam Schiff for you.
It's unbelievable. So I hear that Jake Sullivan's name is now being brought up. Tell us more about that. What are we learning? This just breaking early this morning.
So like the Sussman indictment, we at House Intel interrogated 60 witnesses under oath. Sussman was one of them. My interview of him is in the Sussman indictment of John Durham. I also interviewed under oath Jake Sullivan, and Jake Sullivan said, to paraphrase basically, he had no idea who the Steele dossier was, what Fusion GPS was doing, or the law firm Perkins Coie that the DNC was paying $12 million to. Now, in the Sussman indictment, the Danchenko indictment just last week, it looks like that's also a lie.
So could Jake Sullivan lose his job here?
You know what would be the irony? If the current national security advisor got charged with an actual crime, unlike what happened to the former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, who was charged with a false crime, and then the Justice Department withheld exculpatory evidence, and it took Rick Grenell and I a while to declassify the information so that could come to light.
I was just talking, I saw Rick over the weekend. We just had a conversation about this. Remarkable stuff. Have you ever seen a DOJ, and we have about 10 seconds, so politicized?
No, and that's what hurts America the most. I used to be a federal prosecutor at the DOJ. It's why I left, the lack of internal accountability.
Unbelievable. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.